What's up, everybody? It's Draymond Green. Make sure you subscribe to the Volumes YouTube channel below so you don't miss any more of this great content going forward. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Draymond Green Show. This is not quite an episode, but I did promise you all that I was going to get you my finals prediction. So I wanted to get that to you before the finals get started. So here we go. Now, as you all know, I'm a little bit long-winded and I can never just be like bang, bang. So here you have it. But no, honestly, this is a very interesting thing. So with my finals prediction, I kind of had this finals prediction where I'm like, yo, the Nuggets, they're playing really well, blah, blah, blah. Then I went back and forth like, but the Miami Heat, like it just seems destined. Like they were supposed to lose their game against Chicago, and then they just made it happen. And then they were supposed to lose every other series after that, and they just made it happen. And so a part of it feels like destiny, but a part of it also took me to a place that's very interesting and I want you all to think about. So this could get a little long, so bear with me. Not the episode, just this list. So think about this. The guys responsible for all the championships in our life. It's a conversation I was having with a friend. Larry Bird, Magic, Kareem, Isiah/Dumars, Joe Dumars, Michael, Jordan, Hakeem, the Dream, Kobe, Shaq, LeBron, D-Wade, Steph, Klay, Draymond. List skips, Phil Jackson, Gregg Popovich, Riles, Pat Riley, Dumars again, Joe Dumars, Steve Kerr. 9 championships. 5 as a coach, 4 as a player. Steve Kerr. Then you have the one-offs. Boston in 2008. They beat Kobe and Phil, which are a part of this list. Dallas in 2011 beat LeBron and Dwyane and Pat Riley, which are a part of this list. Toronto in 2019, which beat Steph, Klay, and I, and Steve, which are all a part of this list. And then you got Bucks in 2021, which are not a part of this list, but is actually a one-off. And then Phoenix, they beat Phoenix. So that's actually the one, which is interesting, that no one on this list won, but they also didn't beat anyone on this list. All of the one-offs have actually beat teams that are on this list. So I thought this was a very, very, very interesting year. A very, very interesting list, which made me start thinking like, man, Boston may not win. Denver may not win because they don't have anyone on this list. 1, 2, 3, 4 one-offs. That's in a lot of years. So the odds are actually not with Denver. So when I was going through this whole thing, I'm like, yo, I actually may need to move off the Denver pick and roll with Miami. Miami's playing well. The destiny seems to be there. They got the guys or the guy who's gotten it done, who's a part of this list. It's hard for me to roll with Denver on this. So then I started to do the matchups. And I'm like, all right, at point guard, you got Jamal Murray and Gabe Vincent. Miami kind of does the point guard by committee thing. And then after 2, you got KCP versus Max Strus. After 3, you got Michael Porter Jr. versus, or you can go Max Strus there, and you can go Michael Porter Jr. You can go Caleb Martin after 2. Like, their positions is kind of all over the place. It's not quite like a thing. They just play basketball. They put basketball players on the court. They play basketball, and they win. That's just what it's been. So I start looking at these matchups. You got Jimmy, Aaron Gordon, you got Bam, you got Nikola, Jokic, Joker. And like, when I looked at the matchups, it's overwhelmingly favored Denver. But I feel like if you just go and if you just start watching that, you're kind of ignoring like what's been going on and very disrespectful to the Miami Heat, which has been. And so if I'm the Miami Heat, I'm like, yeah, y'all actually all can stay on that side. Like, don't switch now. That's the way it's been. But it's been this way, right? Like, you're going through these matchups and all that, and I feel like you got to be just making a mistake. Like, if you don't feel like you're making a mistake picking against the Miami Heat, like, you don't know basketball. You don't understand competition. If that's what you're doing, if you're just picking against the Miami Heat, you really don't understand competition. And you really, like, think it's luck. That's what it is. You actually think it's luck that these guys are doing what they're doing. And it's not luck. It's not luck. So I went through this whole thing, right? And I'm like, man, I got to roll with Denver in 6. But that's just disrespectful. It's very disrespectful. So then I'm like, I'm going to roll with Denver in 5. And the reason I ended up on Denver, I'm going to tell you why I actually ended up on Denver. Went through the matchups, did the whole thing. Don't want to disrespect the guys who are on the list. I don't want to disrespect the Miami Heat and how they've been playing. But here's why I picked Denver. Obviously, it's been a better team all year. Denver's been one of the best teams from start to finish. I think Denver has the best player in the series. And with all due respect to Jimmy, Jimmy's incredible, been playing incredible. We all can agree Nikola Jokic is on some all-time great type stuff right now. He's constantly getting better. He makes everyone else better. Just playing absolutely incredible. So I got the best player in the series. Miami also is going to incorporate Tyler Hero. And I'm not sure they're going to listen to what I said last podcast, which is if you need the boost and spark, bring him in, but don't just and so that's not till game 3 they said like he won't be back soon. So that's really a non-factor. But one key thing that Denver has done that's made me say, but Denver is ready to win a championship, and it's this. They have not fucked around in any of their series. They've had opportunities to close. They closed. They're getting it done. They might have lost one of the closeout games to Phoenix, maybe. But I'm not even sure they did that. Like, I think it went 2-2, and then they won the next 2. So they didn't fuck around. Like, okay, y'all won 2 at home, cool. Home, coming back to your house, over. Then they swept the Lakers. Then they swept them. Swept like brooms. It's LeBron James. Prior episodes, I was talking about the know-how, like having the know-how, knowing how to do it. LeBron James know how to do it. They swept them. Not messing around. And when teams do that, it's like, oh, they focus. They're ready. They're ready to win a championship. They're ready to win a championship. They're not messing around with these other teams. They're ready to win a championship. And so I teetered with this whole thing. Denver in 5, Denver in 6. But they ready to win a championship. I got the Nuggets in 5. It's a wrap. Peace. What's up, everybody? It's Draymond Green. Make sure you subscribe to the Volumes YouTube channel below so you don't miss any more of this great content going forward.